Okay, we should be live once again for D4, this first preseason race. My both of our games crashed, so that's not amazing. Cam K is disqualified though, as we are on to lap 2 now. It's going to be United Bosnia. We're going to put on the position changes. United Bosnia on P1, Goldie in P2, and then Frosty Calvin, who has stayed in his grid slot. Major Falcon P2, P4, Brandon in P5, Sam T in the Racing Point in P6, Ramf, who has not had the greatest of starts. He's down 5 positions in P7. TGG Storm is P8, Jordan P9, Ghost Recon in the bottom end of the top 10. Kieran, who has stayed in his grid slot on the medium tires. We're going to get those tires up for the start of this race. Ryan B has not made up many positions on...
Frosty Calvin spins out of the final second last corner.
Major Falcon as well.
Secret Noise spinning into the second last corner, and Frosty Calvin.
Brandon as well. He's made contact with 2 other cars. I believe that's the House of Vagabonds and the Red Bull of Excel. Cali, lucky to get through that one. Cali from 17th on the grid is already up into P10. That's a great start from the Red Bull. A little bit of chaos in front of him, so he's gotten a few free positions. But Ghost Recon slow on the apex of turn 1. He's going to have the Alpha Tower on the inside of him for turn 2. Let's see what Kieran can do. Ghost Recon trying to hold it all the way around the outside, but I think the outside line is the better here, so that's going to be great defensive there, driving from the House of Ghost Recon. He's going to stay into P7 just for the moment, but as we are on to lap 3. Ramp has had a big lockup going into turn 5. That's not a place you normally see lockups going into, but he's had that moment. But he will stay in P4. He's got a 8/10 gap to the Racing Point in front of him, Sam T. But Sam, who has fallen off a little bit off the top 2 as he goes very, very wide there through turn number 9, maybe picking up a warning in his Racing Point. We're going to go back down towards the bottom end of the top 10 is going to be Brandon and Vagabonds. They're very, very close on track. Brandon on the soft tires. He's going to be pitting very soon. But Vagabonds is going to be on the fresher and the much better working medium compounded tires coming through this middle sector, or last sector. Let's see how close he can get as this will be the first time the drivers will be able to activate the DRS coming across the line. No one else quite close enough to make a move, but it's going to be Vagabonds onto the back of Brandon. Brandon using his overtake. He's already derating. He's less than 10%. Let's see if Vagabonds will go for the move. He looks to the outside, trying to make a move. Brandon turns in very early, trying to defend his position, but he's not going to be able to get close enough for that move in turn 1. So Brandon just keeping it fast enough in a straight line to defend that position. Vagabonds not going to be going for that move. I think that was a smart decision from the Haas driver. Now looking towards Ghost Recon, who had made a mistake earlier on just a lap ago at turn 1. He was under pressure from Kieran, but now has pulled out an 8.5 gap and now has closed up to the 4 drivers in front of him.
Yeah, I think people are starting to get bottlenecked behind MCR on the mediums. MCR started last, and he's now 9th after 3 laps, so I think someone's had a spin there at the back. I think it's
Brandon and Alpha. I don't think they made contact, but they did both have spins. So another set of synchronized spins there.
Spin.
Yeah.
I think they're really, really struggling with the temps up the rears of the softs, and it's showing as this is what you probably expect a little bit out of D4. Have the pace, but the consistency's not there. Mistakes are made, and we have Rav in the pits already. I'd expect him to go into a set of hards, unless he's 2-stopping, which would be really surprising given how difficult it is to overtake us. So it'll be interesting to see what tires he goes on, and they are a set of medium, so he is going to be 2-stopping. He could try and make them go to the end, but they could make it, but I very much doubt it they'll have any pace. Probably like 3 seconds a lap slower towards the end of the race.
Excel Cali trying to make a move on MCR, but he got switched back coming out of turn 1, maybe looking for a move up here into turn 4, or that'd be very audacious from the Red Bull. A little bit of contact on the back of that Ferrari. This is a very close battle here for P8. It's MCR Cali and Ryan B, followed by Vagabonds and is Ryan going to go for it into the chicane? He's up the inside of the Red Bull. A little bit of contact in Ryan B's round.
Don't think that was ever really going to work. 2 into 1 there just doesn't work. There's only one real racing line into the chicane, and Ryan stuck his nose in there, but Cali just came across him, and that was only ever going to end in one way, and that was Ryan spinning and losing lots of positions and lots of time. Something to note though, Goldie got within 8/10, I believe, at one stage of United Bosnia as he pits, but went up to 1.6. So United Bosnia is really looking after those tyres compared to everyone else. Sorry, not Ryan, the pits, not Goldie, the pits. Sorry, it's Sam who pits from 3, so I expect him to go into a set of hards. Unless they're all going mediums. If they're all going mediums, then that's going to make it really interesting.
Yeah, Ghost Recon looking for a move around the outside of ISL. RL Jordan into turn 1. He's going to get that move all the way around the outside. We saw him defend from Kieran around the outside of turn 2, but he's going to get the overtake on the Mercedes, who is now behind him around the outside of turn 1. So Ghost Recon liking that outside line, maybe having his soft tires in a better working window than all the guys around him, but it seems to be that is the case. Go on to lap 6 right now. The top 4, the top 5 are all on the soft tires, and then Kieran is the leader of the medium runners. As it stands right now, he's in P6. He's chasing down these guys. He's just behind the train of Storm, Recon, and Jordan, who are all, as I mentioned, on the soft tires. Let's see what he can do. He should be able to pull a lot of time on MCR, who's 2.1 seconds behind him, and it doesn't seem to be catching.
I don't think we're live. Maybe we are, but I can't see us. We are, okay, maybe never mind. I just can't, it's not coming up on the YouTube anyway, but I guess we are. But anyway, yeah, Goldie's still out there, and he's started to pit finally now, and I presume he'll be in there a set of hards like everyone else. But Goldie now, staying out, going that extra lap on the softs. Maybe he's going to try something different, maybe try avoid the traffic that United Bosnian may turn into. Interesting to see. It's Ghost Recon. He's close to Storm, but he's not close enough to send it down the inside, staying for Kieran on Jordan. Kieran's in a really good position here as Cali makes a move past MCR finally. Interesting now what Cali can do, as MCR's really been the bottleneck for everyone behind him.
Vagabond's up the inside as well on the Ferrari. A little bit of contact between those two, but MCR is actually going to fight it back through turn 3, and he's going to get that, or is going to be able to defend that 7th place. But looking back, who was the race leader at one point, United Bosnia, is pitted onto the hard tires, and he's going to be looking to go to the end. He's found himself in a nice bit of clean air. He's got 2.8 seconds in front of him and 1.5 to the Ferrari of Marty behind him. So he's found himself in a really good position. Let's see what he can do compared to Goldie, who has stayed out. He is in net P2. Jav making a little bit of a mistake going wide there at the chicane, but Kieran is really close to the back of Jordan. That Mercedes soft tires are really starting to struggle. He's derating as well. Kieran has 60% ERS. He should be able to make this one pretty easily if Jordan does not come into the pit lane. He's right up the gearbox of the Mercedes, pushing him through the corners, pushing him through that penultimate corner, and Jordan's going to stay out though. He's going to be going on to lap 7.
I'm not entirely sure. Don't think that's the best option, as you can clearly see his softs are dead, and I expect this to be an easy move for Kieran as he ducks out the DRS slipstream and easy move into turn 1. Jordan has nothing to fight for. Those tires must be screaming right now. Same for Ghost Recon and Storm. They've gone really, really long on these softs, and there's no need really, as the hards could quite easily make it from lap 5, as Goldie's lost out an awful lot to United Bosnia doing that extra lap. The gap between them is now nearly over 3 seconds, so he's lost quite a margin. He lost about a second and a half by doing that extra lap. Just shows how powerful the undercut is here at Hungary.
Yeah, a few moves going into turn 1. I believe there are 3 attempted moves going into turn 1. Frosty Calvin tried one up the inside of Sam T, but had a little bit of a slide and then led his Alfa Romeo teammate through and rammed through turn 2. But yeah, United.
Frosty Calvin has another spin going up into the chicane. After a really good quality, it's gone really poorly for him. He completely cuts the chicane. He's had enough of that, and I expect him to come in and pit and get off those softs now. I'd be very surprised if he does another lap on them, considering how much he is struggling.
Yeah, Ghost Recon, who is making some early moves on his soft tires, he pits up the end of lap 8, as well as Storm and Jordan. All the soft tire runners will be in if Frosty Calvin decides to come into the pit lane. But now going to the net race leader, United Bosnia, he's going to be making the move on Jav. Jav squeezing him onto the grass. That's aggressive defending there from the Williams driver. He's derating. He's trying to defend this position for his life right now. United Bosnia not going to be able to get the move into turn 1 and not going to be close enough to make the move into turn 2. So he's going to be starting to lose time to Goldie, who's 2.1 seconds behind him. He has cleared the traffic of Marty, who has not pitted yet on those medium tires. So that's going to be P1 and P2. United Bosnia getting stuck behind the Williams of Jav. This is not great for his race winning hopes. Ooh, almost cuts the corner there as well.
Yeah, Jav's really doing his teammate tonight of Goldie an awful big favour, as the gap's now 1.8 seconds. It's going to come down massively. I expect through the middle sector, as Javs really doesn't have to face Goldie. He's going to try it through the middle sector. You know, he thinks better, but this is costing them so much time. And look, Goldie's back in DRS already. Goldie must be loving life. He must be thanking the lucky stars that he's got Jav in front of United Bosnia now, because he's got DRS now, he's got fresher tyres. And now it's starting to look a bit different for Goldie. He used 3 seconds back at the start of this lap, and now look, he's right there on DRS. United Bosnia still can't get past Jav.
Goldie really close to the back of the Red Bull now. As you mentioned, he's closed in so much time. United Bosnia has so much more tire grip and tire life. Jav will move out of the way. He's not going to give the slipstream to the Red Bull, but Goldie's going to pull into the slipstream of his teammate. He's not going to be close enough to make a move on United Bosnia here into turn 1. Bosnia touching the grass for the 2nd lap in a row. Bosnia going a little bit wide. Goldie's going to open up the DRS. Let's see if he can try and make a move here into turn 2. He's going to maybe send it up the inside. Bosnia gives him the room, but Goldie's not going to be close enough to make a move. That was a little bit audacious there from the Williams driver, only having a look, but it forced Bosnia to go a little bit wide off the apex of turn 2. Coast Recon very close to the back of. Ooh, they've made contact. Ghost Recon's into the wall. Jordan's had a spin as well. Yeah, they made a little bit of contact on Jordan's rear left. But yeah, Jordan's going to be the one who falters the most from that incident. Ryan B will be up a position as well. So now the 2 Mercs will be in 13th and 14th. Ghost Recon has now cleared the Jordan. He's going to be up into P12, 4.7 seconds off the back of Major Falcon, who has done 3 laps already on those medium tires, and he's right behind the Alpha Tauri of Storm.
Yeah, now it's going to be very interesting to see if Goldie has the pace to stick with United Bosnia. We saw with Jav in front of United Bosnia, it was quite easy for Goldie just to catch up and get into DRS, but now the question is, can he stay in that DRS, and can he even make an overtake? Because United Bosnia looks really quick. He looks the fastest driver out there at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if Goldie can stay with him. He's only got 16% ERS compared to United Bosnia's 50%. So his ERS management hasn't been the best this race. So United Bosnia is looking really good at the moment. Even though he's got Goldie sitting in his DRS, he's still looking in a really strong position.
Yeah, a few gaps are starting to close down throughout the field. Vagabond's 3/10 behind the Red Bull of Excel Cali, as well as I believe Ramp is really close to the back of Sam T coming into turn 4. He's not going to be close enough to make that move. Ramp looks to be on a 2-stop right now. He did pit onto the medium tires. In theory, you could make him go to the end, but you will be in that puncture range. But since damage is off, no punctures here tonight for anybody out there on track. As I mentioned, Vagabond's really close to the back of his Excel Cali coming through this final sector. I wonder if he's going to be looking to make a move here, because he should be close enough. Cali not going to have the DRS off of Kieran, who is currently leading the race, but Jav has had a spin as well. He's down into P8. He's been passed by Sam, Storm, Falcon. Ramp has made a mistake as well, I think.
I think him and Jav must have got a collision, because Jav got a 5-second penalty for collision with Rav, and then here comes Vagabonds past XL Cali, easy as you like into turn 1. Not much Cali can do without the DRS, and to make it even worse for him, Vagabond's going to get a double dose of that DRS for turn 2, so he can easily defend that. Medium runners are looking in a really good position at the moment. United Bosnia isn't really catching them as fastly as he probably likes, so come the end of the race, second stint, when they pit for their fresh hards, they're going to be a lot quicker, as the tyre difference between fresh and worn here is a really big margin. So yeah, definitely the medium runners are definitely people to look out on, especially Kieran. Kieran's got he's nearly 2.5 seconds clear of the next medium runner, so he's looking in a really strong position come the end of the race.
Yeah, he's going to have those a lot fresher tires than the hard run, or the people who've already pitted onto the hard runners who started on the softs. But both Haas is making a move into turn 1 on lap 12. Vagabonds past Excel Cali, which we saw on stream, as well as Ghost Recon. He's up into P11 on Jav, who's not come into the pit lane yet, and he's been really struggling so far in this race. He's going to be in P12, and he still has the pit stop to make. So Ghost Recon will now try and get on with it, and he's going to be starting to close up to the back of Ramp. He's already closed in a few tenths this lap. I wonder what he can do in the coming laps, but now Excel Cali has really started to fall off the back of Vagabonds, and Vagabonds has already closed in 4 tenths to the Alpha Tauri of Kieran, so it looks to be closing up for what is this race lead on track.
Yeah, Vagabond's got a lot of pace in those mediums at the moment. He has got a pen hanging over him, but he is catching massively. Gap's 1.8 seconds as we start the lap. Be interested to see how it's already come down 2 tenths, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly that will come down by the end of the lap. And in a few laps he will probably be in DRS, but the field is quite spread out at the moment. I think Major Falcon and TG Storm are the closest at the moment. with Storm on hard and Major Falcon on the slightly older medium, but quicker medium. So it'll be interesting. As Goldie picks up a pen, that's going to be huge for him. As he's dropped out, basically nearly dropped out of the 1 second of Bosnia already. So Bosnia has the pace. He has the pace over Goldie. There's no question about this now. And Goldie having to push that extra bit, and he's picking up pens and making mistakes all over the shop. So United Bosnia is looking really, really comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, as we come to the final sector with the current race leaders, who is Kieran, who's really struggling on traction there out of turn number 13 on his medium tires. He's had Bagabones, who was sitting behind Calais for a little bit. He's pulled that gap to 2.8 seconds. He pulled that gap by 1.8 seconds to Calais in just one lap. So the Red Bull driver really, really struggling on his tires. But Bagabones seems to be absolutely flying. He's caught a second on the Alpha Tower in front of him. He's not going to be close enough to get the DRS, but they should be coming to the pit lane, and he's been showing absolutely amazing clean air pace. I have the leader gaps up right now. So Kieran and Bagabone should be coming out just in behind the Haas of Ghost Recon. He's going to be a tough customer. He's very tough to overtake. He's been looking to make a lot of aggressive moves. As Jav, the first one of the medium runners, he's going to be pulling into the pit lane for a fresh set of hard tires and maybe get an undercut on a few people in front of him. But yeah, the current race leaders are going to be coming out just in behind Ghost Recon, maybe about a second or two back. And they're going to look to try and make a move past him. He's on the medium tires, and I don't think he'll be able to go to the end.
No, I think he might try, but I don't think it's going to work for him. But yeah, I expect the medium runners now, the top four, to pit within the next 1 or 2 laps. Kieran has got a 9-second gap to Goldie, an 8.3 to the United Bosnia. When he comes out the pits, that'll probably be like between 10 and 12 seconds. So he's not looking too bad. He's looking in a really, really good position here to get maybe a podium, as Dam is 3 seconds further back to Goldie and United Bosnia. So as he stays, they all stay out an extra lap. I think if they don't come in this lap, it'd be definitely next lap. But yeah, medium runners are looking good at the moment, really looking good. So if I was them, I'd be really confident my chances of United Bosnia gets past MCR, who is yet to pit.
Ooh, Goldie's well.
I was going to say, Goldie's trying everything he can to stick with United Bosnia right now.
Yeah, he really is. Major TTG Storm making a move on Major Falcon. Ghost, who was really close to Ram through the final sector, he's not going to be able to get that move into turn one, but Ram goes very, very deep into that first corner, late on the brakes, try to defend as much as possible he can from Ghost, who had the DRS, and he goes deep into turn one, makes a mistake, and he's going to let the Haas through. So now those current race leaders are going to be coming out somewhere around where Ramp is currently, but yeah. United Bosnia making the move on MCR, as well as Goldie following him through. Now MCR has already dropped back to a second behind the Williams driver, so he's going to be very, very much struggling on his tires, as one of Jav and Alpha continue to fight there for P17 and P18, the last two positions on track. For us, Calvin's had a spin. He's had another spin through turn two. He's going to have to avoid those, the William and the McLaren. He will, not by choice, get out of the way for those two. And yeah, he's really been struggling so far in his Alfa Romeo. But yeah, it's
gone really south for him since he got P2 in quali. It's gone really bad for him, as MCR is the first medium runner to blink. He got really slow into the pit lane. So I expect a set of hard for him to take him to the end of the race, and it is yet.
Yeah. So the two net race leaders are very, very close on track. They're separated by just 0.6 of a second. But as I say that, Brandon is really close to the back of Jordan. He's going to be making a move into turn one for P13. Both Brandon on the older medium tires, and Jordan on the hard tires, but they are a little bit fresher. Jordan looking to go to the end. Brandon looking for a super quick stint here, and then going onto the medium tires once again to finish this race out, looking for a pace advantage. His fuel light blinking there just for a little bit, and he is very low on either S. Both of them are below 10% going up the hill towards turn 4. But yeah, Frosted Calvin, as I'm sure most people could have guessed, he's going to be pulling into the pit lane. Let's see what these race leaders are going to do, though. Bagabones, he's got to that 1 second gap, but he hasn't been able to close in anymore. But Kieran is going to be the first one out of these race leaders to blink. He's going to be he's going to be the first one into the pit lane, and see if hopefully he does not speed for his sake. He won't. He's going to be super cautious on that one, as well as you mentioned. Cal is going to be pulling into the pit lane. So the top 3 medium runners, first and third, are going to be coming into the pit lane for this set of hard tires. Vagabonds, who showed amazing clean air pace. He's going to try and use that to maybe pull out a gap and try and overcut those 2 drivers. But now United Bosnia has a clear run at P1 here.
Yeah, definitely. United Bosnia has, I think he's finally gotten Goldie out of DRS. It's taken him a while, but yeah. Oh, Bag of Bones picks up a pen as he comes out of the pits. He's gone. Oh no, sorry, he didn't pit. Sorry, but he's picked up a pen, which is gonna hamper his chances of a good result here. As we got a lap car of Ivar Alpha, not being a great race for the 2 McLaren cars, unfortunately for them. But yeah, I expect Bag of Bones fully to pit this lap, as yeah, it just doesn't make sense to go any longer on these mediums. Hard will definitely make it now. So. Saying that he's only 900s off his PB, so pace is still there. So the undercut, or the overcut, sorry, on Kieran isn't out of the question.
Yeah, Kieran is starting to come up to a little bit of traffic.
More spins. Sorry to cut across.
Yeah, Kieran is starting to close up to the back of ramp on his fresh tires. It's 1.2 seconds, so he's starting to get the effects of the dirty air. I'm not too sure how realistic it is because of, Codemasters, but yeah. Ryan B has, who's already done 10 laps on his hard tires, has split Kieran and Callie. So let's see where Bag of Bones will come out. He should come out in front of the Mercedes of Ryan B. He's just coming out of his pit box now. I think he'll be behind Kieran, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, but he's going to be behind Kieran. It's going to be a little bit of gap between Kieran and Bag of Bones of 1.7 seconds. So he lost just over half a second in time to the Alpha Tauri, who is now who was in front of him and now in front of him once again. But the battle for the race lead is starting to close up once again. It's just under a second now coming through this middle sector.
Yeah, Goldie just will not leave United Bosnia alone. I think United Bosnia must think he has him covered. The next thing you know is Goldie's back into DRS. To be fair to Goldie, I'm saying United Bosnia's got the pace. Goldie has pace as well, because they've dropped Sam in P3 and these 2 guys are going at it. Goldie's doing everything he can to stay in DRS, and he's just doing just about enough at the moment. It's right on the edge, so it'd be interesting if he gets DRS this lap as we go coming up to the detection zone. Now, he's out of it at the moment, but yeah, he will not have DRS this lap, so United Bosnia can breathe a sigh of relief, as Goldie won't have DRS and won't be breathing down his neck this lap. But yeah, field, I think the closest battle at the moment is for P5 between Major Falcon and Ghost. As the Major Falcon weaving a little bit, trying to break the DRS to toe for Ghost. Ghost isn't going to be close enough at the moment, but he has got 3 lap fresher tyres, so I feel like this move is inevitable, just given how fresher tyres are. We've got a lap car, I'm guessing that's Martin.
Yeah, I think it's MCR's retired car.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah. Goldie seems to really be struggling through that third sector, second part of the middle sector, so he gains the time that he needs to get within DRS and then lose it. He hasn't been gaining time on this lap so far. Ooh, that's a big slide. He's off in the grass on the exit of the chicane. That's a big mistake there from who is in second place, but now Sam T is going to start to close up. He's going to try and put pressure on Goldie, who is in P2, the Williams driver, making a huge mistake there. He's really struggling with his tires now. He's got the grass and maybe even overheating that hard compound, but now he's going to have to look up behind. He's not going to be able to focus on United Bosnia. Bosnia, as you mentioned, breathes a sigh of relief there with Goldie's mistake. Sam T is going to be looking to make up position. He's going to be, he's in a net P2 right now with Goldie's penalty, but let's see if he can get that on track. Major Falcon trying to keep Ghost Recon behind us. Ooh, Ramp has made a mistake, I believe. Bag of Bones has gone through. Ryan B not going to be close enough to make a mistake. Ramp is going to be pulling into the pit lane very soon with about 16 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. I wonder how long he'll go on those that current set of medium tires before he pulls into the pit lane once again and sets a fresh set. Ghost Recon not going to be close enough to make a move. Ryan B has just barely not gotten DRS off the back of the Alfa Romeo. And then Callie is very close, who has pitted just 2 laps ago. He's still behind the Mercedes.
Yeah, Callie struggled, seems, to get through the field. He got stuck behind MCR earlier on in the race. And yeah, he got plenty of ERS compared to Ryan, over 60% more than him. So if he can't afford to use it, obviously it is quite difficult to regain ERS here. So you don't want to use it all unless you're certain of making the move. But yeah, Goldie's with that mistake completely ruined his chances of a win. I think that was the final nail in the coffin. He was struggling to stay in DRS anyway, so Sam T looks really quick, but he's got 2 lap older tyres, so if he's going to make a move on Gold, he's got to do it quickly before Goldie's tyres are in a better state than his, and then the pace will start to even itself out. As he's fairly close now into the final corner if he uses it. Well, Goldie's definitely using the overtake there as Dan tries to use some himself. He's not going to be close enough into turn 1 though. See if he can set it up for turn 2. I doubt he's going to be close enough though. He'll try, I guess. Gets a nice exit out. Goldie's up there on the curve a little bit. That's not going to do him any favours, but no, he's definitely safe for that. As I think Major Falcon and Ram have both pitted, gone back onto another set of mediums. Yeah, just showing 2-stop isn't the way here. It might be quick, but overtaking is extremely difficult here. So yeah, those boys have really struggled to make use of their fresher tyres throughout the race.
Yeah, the 2-stop in theory is fast here without traffic. And if you have the pace to keep it consistent and quick, traffic obviously a very, very big issue. Both of them struggling with it quite a lot. Major Falcon coming out just in P13 ramp, 7.3 seconds behind him. A little bit of a lock up there into turn number 2. Close gaps out on track right now. Excel Cali still on the back of the Mercedes of Ryan B. He's been sticking with him, but not able to get close enough to make the overtake. He does have 100% ERS. That's not something you see every day. Ryan B on 35%, so he has enough to defend, but not for very long. Goldie, very, very wide there, very close to the apex there, going into the final corner. That's not going to be the optimal line. Maybe getting a little bit of a worse run, but he's going to be far enough ahead to keep that P2 for now. One of the Ferraris, I believe that's Marty, who's had a spin coming through turn 4. Ghost Recon finally comes into the pit lane to fit a new set of medium tires, so he will be pitting from, I believe, P5. That'll be an AlphaTauri 4, 5, and his teammate up into P6 now. So Cali, who has not made the move yet on... Oh, actually, he's trying to go around the outside of Ryan B. A little pushed off just a little bit there on the exit of turn 1. But I don't think he had enough alongside to be given room. So Cali tried to make the move, but he's not going to be close enough. Ryan B defending that very well. But Cali is still close enough to strike maybe on the next lap. But Sam T, who has not been gaining and not been losing, though, to Goldie. So Sam T looking pretty strong here for a second place.
Yeah, as United Bosnia picked up a 3-second pen, so Sam T can sense a win here, a chance of a victory here. He might not have the pace to win on track, but if he can get past Goldie and get within 3 seconds of United Bosnia, he can snatch this one away purely on pens. So I'll be interested to see, now that he's seen that United Bosnia has the pen, if he gets a move on here and tries to be more aggressive when it comes to overtaking Goldie. As I think he's just been sitting back for a few laps, trying to gain some ERS as build it back up, as I think he's not going to be close enough anyway this lap. It's very, very difficult to follow through the final corner, which leads on to the only real overtaking position of turn 1 and turn 2. He's fairly close now for turn 2. He doesn't use overtake though, so he's not going to go for the move. He's going to sit back a little bit. And all this time is doing Kieran wonders. Kieran is his loving life. If Goldie keeps backing them up, Kieran can definitely be in with a chance of snatching a podium here from them.
Yeah, Cali trying for the second lap in a row on the Mercedes of Ryan B. Ryan showing, gonna keep him behind there going through turns 1 and 2. He tried it on the outside of turn 1, that didn't work. He tried it on the inside of turn 2, that didn't work either. Ooh, he had a much better run there through turn 4, but carried a little bit too much speed. Maybe trying to not run into the back of the Mercedes. Ooh, a big slide there from out of turn 5 as well. So he's really struggling on his tires. He has to try and get into that clean air and try get his tire temperatures under check again, but it's really struggling with Ryan B's defensive driving so far. Ryan not using much of his ERS. He's only used 10% since the last time we've checked in with him, but Cali's used just over 40%, but now going on to the battle for P2. Sam M closer than ever before. He's going to be turning on the DRS. He's going to be using his overtake. Goldie not using overtake when I went on board with him. They're going to be about equal going into turn 1. Is he going to be close enough for a move? He's going to send it up the inside. A big lock up there. Both front tires are going to be locked up. He's going to go straight into the side of Goldie and contact there. Sam M getting the worst of that one as expected. But Sam trying to make a very audacious move there into turn 1. Goldie obviously not going to give him the space because he really should not have been there. But yeah, Goldie's going to stay in P2, and Sam making that mistake. He's going to be 1.3 seconds back. Let's see if he can close that gap once again and maybe try and make a move a few laps later down the line. The racing point of Brandon and Major Falcon, who's on the fresh tires, he's closing down for the third to last points position. It sounds bad, but 3 points is not too bad at all for a preseason race. But yeah, Vagabond's close to the back of Kieran as well. So we have a few on-track battles here. It's getting pretty exciting towards the end of this race with just about 11 laps to go.
Yeah, Vagabond seems to have a lot of pace. Kieran hasn't really been able to use those fresh tyres to his advantage and start to close in on Storm and Sam. I'd be interested to see if Sam can get back into DRS now, because he really went for that lunge. I think he's getting a bit desperate now because he can sense the victory as United Bosnia just pulls more and more away. Absolutely dominant by him, but yeah, Sam doesn't have DRS this time, and I very much doubt he's going to use everything he can to get back into the DRS of Goldie's back into it for the time being, as they both have not the best amount of ERS, so it'll be interesting how that plans out. But yeah, Vagabond's right behind Kieran. He's going to want to get past him ASAP and make the best use of those fresh hards, as Callie's still stuck behind Ryan. I think Ryan got a bit of DRS there off the ghost car of Frothy Calvin, so he's not going to complain about that, but that's going to hinder Callie a bit. I think Falcon made a move on Brandon as well, but it was much fresher medium, so no real competition there.
Ooh, Ghost Recon trying to follow him through as well. Just sending him up the inside of turn 2 very, very late. He's not going to be able to get that move done. I don't think he should have been allowed to make that move done. That would have been a little bit crazy, a little bit insane if he could have pulled that one off. But Brandon going to keep that. Ooh, Major Falcon's made a big mistake out of turn 5. Maybe touching the curb on the inside, having to overcorrect. He's going to lose the position that he just gained. He's going to lose one more as well, so that's not going to be great for his race. But now Ghost Recon is right inside the gearbox of Brandon. Let's see if he can be close enough to make a move. Going off the track there, maybe most definitely picking up a warning. He's going to be close through this middle sector, being able to follow pretty easily with those a lot fresher tires. 15 laps advantage to the Haas driver. He's going to be close again into the final sector. He's going to try and go up the inside of the penultimate corner. That's not an overtaking spot. Brandon will give him the space. He'll give him the respect. He'll give him the room on the inside there. And now Ghost Recon once again trying to go around the outside. He will get that move done around the outside because Brandon has pulled into the pit lane, which is the most inside line you could really take through there. But now Ghost Recon and Major Falcon will be having a battle as well. Major Falcon going getting the dummy on the Haas driver. He's going to be up into P10 and regain both of those positions after his mistake at turn 5.
Yeah, and Sam's got straight back into the DRS of Goldie. So these boys are going to be battling for P2 at the moment. But saying that, Storm has Sam picked up a pen as well, sorry. So, but Storm is in, at the moment, he could be looking at a P2 here on pens, as he doesn't have one, and Goldie and Sam both have one. So if he can keep it clean and continue to catch the rate that he's catching, then he's looking in a really, really nice position to pick up P2. Obviously no points for pre-season, but yeah, it wouldn't be a bad result to come second, as Callie is still all over Ryan. Ryan on 32% DRS, while Callie's got 75. If he doesn't get past him this lap, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, Callie, one of the newest Excel members to be signed to the team, not having the strongest performance. He's still in P8, so not too bad. Yeah, Sam very, very close to the back of Goldie, though. He's not going to be close enough to get up the inside or get around the outside of Goldie, so Goldie will be staying in that P2 position on track for the time being. Callie trying to make a move on Ryan B for what seems to be the 10th lap now in the Red Bull, looking around the outside of turn 2, but not going to be close enough. A little bit of contact there. Ooh, when he's had made another mistake. It had a little bit of wheel spin out of turn 2. His tires are just struggling so much. He's on 11 lap pressure tires, cutting the corner there as well. Turn 4, he's really struggling in the dirty air. Ryan B has to try and back off, try and get those tires under check, in check once again. Now, the duo of Major Falcon and Ghost Recon, both of them on fresh medium tires, are closing up to the back of the second Mercedes and ISRL Jordan. That's very tough to say. But for
Storm picks up a pen. Sorry, Storm's picked up a pen, so if he wants the podium now, he's gonna have to make an overtake.
And yeah, Storm 2.8 seconds off the back of Sam. Oh, Sam has picked up a penalty as well. I'm sure you mentioned that a few laps ago. I didn't quite see that on my screen, but Ghost Recon up the inside of the penultimate corner on Major Falcon. Let's see if he's going to be able to get this move done around the outside of the final corner. He tried it last lap on Brandon. Brandon is now on the soft tires in pit, but Ghost Recon not going to be able to keep it all the way around the outside. Making sure Falcon is to be using his ERS out of the final corner. He has the DRS on Jordan. Ghost Recon not going to be close enough to make a move. Falcon's up the inside on the Mercedes. Is he going to have the better run? He does have, in theory, the advantage entire grip, but he's not going to try around the outside of turn 2 on the Mercedes. Let's see if he can get that move done. Trying to keep all the momentum he can. He's going to get that move done. He's going to have the inside line for turn 3. He's gotten up into P9, but now Ghost Recon, as we look in behind, up the hill towards turn 4, he's not going to be close enough to make a move. Smart of him not to send one up the inside there, or try and send one around the outside, but now he's going to have to try and clear the Mercedes of Jordan and try and catch up to Falcon and get that P9.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice move by Major Falcon there around the outside turn 2 on Jordan. Obviously, Jordan's got the older hards, but still, nonetheless, as Ghost Recon's all over the back of Jordan, off the track and everything. I'm expecting. Oh, he gets picks up another pen. This is not enough. Oh, Jordan's squeezing him. Oh my word.
Ooh.
That's never gonna work side by side through there. I'm not really sure what what Ghost was trying to accomplish there when the DRS comes up straight away. As Goldie and Sam are going side by side into turn 2, Sam's going to try and hang around the outside. They touch a little bit, giving each other just enough space. Oh, Goldie's off the track slightly, picks up a pen. He just about hangs on, but he's not going to be happy with that. He's slightly pushed off there, which in turn is giving him another pen. So his race goes not bad to worse, but it's just not going as he planned it, as unfortunate for him. But yeah, Ghost Recon, not really sure what was going on there in the third sector. We seen him try and pull a few moves in unorthodox positions, and he went for it again there, and it didn't quite work out for him. And fortunately, him and Jordan came together, and both of them are after losing a lot of time.
Ghost Recon quickly making a name for himself as being one of the more aggressive drivers, willing to make those audacious moves on the other drivers in the field. But Sam T and Goldie having a great battle here for what is P2 on track. United Bosnia out in the lead. He hasn't gotten much screen time, but he's leading by 5.7 seconds. So I'm sure he'll not be happy about the screen time, but he'll be happy with a race win as it stands right now. Sam T going to be close enough to make another move into turn 1. He's going to try it around the outside. Very, very late on the brakes. Goldie going back to the racing line to defend that position. Sam T is not going to be close enough, as I may have thought. He's not going to be close enough to make a move into turn 1, but now around the outside of turn 2, it's going to be part 2 of this battle around the outside. He's not going to be able to get that one done, though. Goldie defending his position very well. They're not going to go side by side through turn 3, but Goldie, as he did a lap ago, will stay in P2, but now Sam getting the better run out of turn 3 up towards turn 4, maybe looking for a move there, but he did have the better run, but he's not going to be close enough to the back of the Williams, but Goldie defending a position very well.
Yeah, Goldie is defending brilliantly, like you said. Sam, he's got slightly worn tyres, so that might be playing a factor in, but Goldie nonetheless is defending with all his might, and he's not going to let this up without a fight, even though he's got 6 seconds. So Sam's got to be just a little bit careful, because he doesn't want to pick up another pen by battling too hard, as then it becomes an equal field again for P2. And Storm now is going to get right in on this fight, as I think he's just about within DRS of Sam. So it's going to become a 3-way fight for P2, or 2-way fight for P2. Really, it's going to come between Sam and Storm, because they both have 3 seconds and Goldie has 6. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these final few laps unfold.
Yeah, it's going to be part number 3 for this battle for P2, but this time Storm is going to get in on the action as well. If he can close down just a little bit, Sam making an identical move around the outside of turn 1, going to get pushed off just a little bit there by Goldie. Storm's not going to be able to, not going to be close enough to capitalize, but Goldie once again will defend his position and stay up in that P2. Sam not having the overspeed to get that move done into turn 1. He's tried it 3 times, but now I think he has to try and maybe back off, save a little bit of ERS, and get that move done somewhere else.
Yeah, I was like, there is only really turn 1 to overtake, but Goldie knows this as well, and Goldie's saving all his ERS, maybe saving a bit of fuel just for turn 1 and turn 2 as Callie picks up with pen. His race is not gone to plan at all. But yeah, Goldie's just doing everything right at the moment. They're all 3 of them are quite equal on ERS now, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, Goldie doing everything he can to at least get this P2 on track, even though he may not finish there come the end of the race. And I think that's Jav. Jav's probably slowed down a little bit, and just to give his teammate a bit of ERS, or DRS, sorry. So tactics being played here at Williams. We've seen it earlier on with Jav holding up United Bosnia for Goldie, and now we're seeing Jav give Goldie DRS, so he can't get overtaken. So could call it teamwork, you could call it not cheating, but it could be like a bit unsportsmanship maybe a little bit, because they're not technically teammates. So but yeah, nonetheless, Goldie's not going to complain about it.
Yeah, Goldie will have that advantage. We're not going to see part 4 quite yet between Goldie and Sam going on to lap 32.
Oh, Callie spins out of turn 1. Went on the traction way tour, and his race just gets worse and worse and worse for him. Not gone to plans. Sam picks up another penalty. This changes things again, because Storm can just sit here now and get an easy P2. As the 2 guys in front of him have 6 seconds and he only has 3, so interesting to see if he'll go for it on track or he'll just sit behind and let them battle, and he'll just wait till cross the line and take his P2.
Yeah, but interestingly enough as well, Kieran is in the penalty window of Goldie and Sam, I do think, because Kieran has no penalties, and he's slowly towing Bag of Bones along with him. Bag of Bones has 6 seconds, so he's not going to be close enough to gain any positions as it stands right now. But Storm now can just sit here as long as he's within 3 seconds of Goldie. He will be able to get this P2 right now, but Jav, I don't think Goldie got the DRS this time, but Jav is going to be now overtaking him in a straight line. That's kind of funny to see with the ghosted car, but now Sam T starting to close up once again to the back of Goldie. We're not going to see, as I mentioned last lap, part 4 just quite yet, but we are getting closer to that 4th rendition of this battle through turn 1s and turn 2 between P2, P3, and P4. Storm is starting to close the 2 in front of him down a little bit as well, but Ghost Recon now making the move past Callie. He's going to be down into P10. He's going to be losing positions on penalties to Ramp and behind as well. He's on fresh and medium tires. Let me get that tire graphic up instead of the penalties. But yeah, Storm really close to the back of these two, the 2 drivers in front of him. And let's see if he can maybe make a move on track, get that P3 or even P2 on track, and show what type of pace he can have in clean air.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. As you look at Kieran's in the window of, if he finds another 3 tenths, he can be in the window of all 3 guys in front of him, and he can jump from 5th to 2nd due to pens. So at the moment he is going to get 3rd due to Goldie and Sam's penalties, but he could nick P2 off his fellow AlphaTauri driver, DG Storm, given the fact that they have a pen now. Sam's not close enough to Goldie, but Storm might be close enough to Sam. They're all very limited on the ERS, so I don't think they're going to be able to make a move this lap around.
Ooh, Sam with a little bit of a lockup there into turn 1. I have seen him, and I've noticed that he's been really struggling with the brake, especially in that final sector, having big lockups into turn 13 and to turn 14. Another example of that there into turn 1 on lap 34. It is the penultimate lap. United Bosnia has been having a pretty good lead. It's 4.6 seconds. Actually, Goldie has started to close him down just a little bit. So United Bosnia's one lap older tires are starting not to work for him. Not being able to keep those tires in check quite as well as he was able to throughout the rest of this race. Yeah, Goldie's really closing him down. I wonder if United well, I'd say he has damage, but damage is off. So really struggling with those tires, or is just conserving to the end of the race because of Goldie's penalties.
Sam's picked up another pen, so he's got 9 seconds. So Kieran will definitely take to take Sam's position on the track. Well, he was already going to, but yeah. So that's Sam's really out of the equation now. And Kieran's just about nearly in the 3-second window of Storm as well, so he could still nick P2 at the end of this.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight between these 4 drivers: Goldie, Sam, Storm, and Kieran. Sam might be able to might be close enough to make a move here into turn 1. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to send it like that one lap previous. He's not going to make contact this time. Maybe a little bit on the front left of his racing point, but he's not going to be close enough. Storm now looking to the inside of turn 2. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to go for that move. He knows he has the penalty advantage on the 2 guys in front of him, but Sam trying to make a move. Goldie has to give him the room. Sam trying to make it up the inside. If he's not going to be able to do that. Storm very close to the back of the racing point as well, not getting the best of runs through turn 4, but now Kieran, I think, is going to be close enough to take this P2 as it stands right now. We still have 3/4 or 2/3 of a lap to go here in Hungary. United Bosnia's the gap, or his lead, is starting to go down just a little bit, but Goldie is not going to be close enough.
Bosnia is just bringing it home, as he's got 100% ERS and everything. I think he's just coasting right now. I think he knows.
Yeah, he knows he's going to be picking up this first preseason win as it stands, unless he has a big mistake or a big error coming through the final 2 corners now. But it's going to be Goldie right now. He's on P2 on track. I don't think Sam, Storm, or Kieran is going to be close enough to make a move. Bag of Bones as well is very close to the back of the Alpha Tower. But yeah, United Bosnia crosses the line to win this first preseason race. He looks really good for this upcoming season. It's going to be Goldie across the line, P2. Storm is eventually going to take that P2, and then Kieran will replace him. So it's going to be an all Honda podium. It's going to be Bosnia, Kieran, and Storm, the 3 steps of the podium. That's going to be Goldie and Ryan. Ryan came absolutely out of nowhere to take that P5. Sam down to P6 with his 9 seconds. Bagabo's not being close enough to capitalize on Sam's 9 seconds of penalties, but Major Falcon on the 2-stop. He's going to be the highest person on that 2-stop. He was able to get through the traffic fairly well. He's going to be P8. Callie having a disappointing race down in P9. Ramp on the 2-stop. He started I believe 2nd or 3rd on the grid. He's going to be in P10 on that 2-stop as well. Ghost Recon following him. He's going to be P11. And ISRL Jordan is going to be taking the final points position for this final preseason race, or this first preseason race.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting race. Nice to see everyone's pace, get an eye in on where everyone's looking in terms of standings for the new season. Maybe a few questionable moves that they wouldn't quite get away with it in the actual season, but since it's pre-season, no harm done. But yeah, really impressed with United Bosnia there. The newly promoted Division 5 driver, I think he came 3rd in the standings last season in Division 5, and he's looking at home so far in Division 4. He's qualified, I believe, 4th in the in quali, and then absolutely controlled the race start to finish. Goldie put up a bit of a fight, but couldn't sustain it, and yeah, well-deserved winner for the first pre-season race. Of course, we've got 2. Next week will be Mexico. We wonder if he can maintain this, or will we have someone else come to the front and do another dominant-esque performance. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, most definitely. Just a little bit of a check-in with the other divisions. NSX Montana, NSX Connor, and Alphatrix, the podium sitters for Division 1. And then going to the Division 3 stream, I believe it was Excel Tin Can who took the win by 6.8 seconds. Rudy and JSD taking the final podium position. But here in D4, it's Bosnia, Kieran, and TTG Storm for our podium. Yeah, it was a great race overall. Great battles. As you mentioned, a few questionable moves, but really aggressive and straight to the point for those overtakes and attempted overtakes. But yeah, it was a great race in here for D4. Any final words from you, Gary?
No, just great racing. I say great racing. For the most part, it was great racing, and it's nice to see someone like United Bosnia move up from Division 5 and not be out of place at all. I think majority of the drivers here looked very suited to D4, so this could be a solid division, really full of entertainment as well, so I'm looking forward to commentating over it for the rest of the season.
Yeah, most definitely me as well. Just a little bit of a taste for Season 5 coming up in just, I believe, 2 weeks. We have Mexico next week, as you mentioned, the second and final preseason race, and then we go to Austria, the Red Bull Ring, for round number 1. So come join us then in 2 weeks at the same exact time. As always, it's been me, Iro Packer, taking through main comms, and it's been Gary alongside me. Good night, everyone.